All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Swing to the field, right, to the right. Here we go, wide in. Wide in.
Well, the first kick is Ezekiel Elliott, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
A second down throw for Prescott. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing, that running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, 47. Here we go, 46.
Second down, Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
With an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Back to it after the pick 6. Prescott steps away to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Tight end's right. Here we go, 46. 46.
1 second down, and the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Get out, get out.
Reset, turn right.
Gun.
Let's go, D. Big series right here.
Here we go, 47.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And how about this, a fake? And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. That goes for 15 yards on the fake, a first down, and a lot of fist pumps right now on that sideline.
Double tight. Alert, alert. 3 down.
Here we go. What? 90.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Right. We got right.
Here we go, going to 54. Wide in.
The give is to Elliott, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So third and long.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Move.
3 down.
Prescott now from the 50. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. Past the 20, 10. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a first and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal.
Hey.
Here, shift.
4 down. Hold the look. Hold.
Here, shift.
Motion. I got one.
Sunday.
Slam.
Here, shift.
Motion.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have 6 to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
47.
Prescott throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we go. Wide in. Wide in. Wide in.
Give to Elliott, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46.
Strip the ball.
Here we go, get that. Let's go, get out.
Me, I got him.
Gun.
I got this.
26.
3rd and long for Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Cooper's first catch, and good for a 1st down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Switch it, hey. 26.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Got an open man, it's Michael Gallup. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him some.
We got 3 down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Get out.
We got 3 down.
26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Strong right.
Here we go, 47. Hey, here we go.
Prescott now on 2nd down. And an alley to run. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
It's coming now.
First opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. He's going to get it running right. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play.
Swing.
But on
Swing
that
to the
one,
field, right.
he looked like
To the
one
right.
of those guys.
Go, go, go. Get out there, get out there.
Now watch run, watch run.
26.
They'll try to throw down. Prescott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the play, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Check 13. Check 13.
Here we go, 46.
Time to go, night, night.
Gun, gun, gun.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check.
26.
Prescott from the gun. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Take the edge, take the edge. Come, come.
They'll start out on the ground with a dive. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And Matthews has it right side. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
For Tokyo.
Hey, 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 we got 3.
Here, shit.
Good run for the Giants. They find some open field here.
Check, check.
And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there from a Giant. 42 yards.
Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Right back to him on 1st down. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping is the defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Wentz to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
We call that a sack lunch.
2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Let's go.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Hey, stash, stash.
Alert, alert. 3 down, 3 down.
Here, shit.
Stay at home, stay at home. Stay at home.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. They start on the ground with Elliott. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Elliott, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, 4 down.
Gun. 26.
Here's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down.
Too fast, baby. Right there, 54.
26.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He finds his target, Terrence Williams. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
26. 26.
After the penalty, it's Allen. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal.
Right. Watch tight end.
26.
To throw is Prescott. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's coming now.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Felt that one.
26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Can this defense hold them out?
Ohio!
Here we go now.
Ohio!
4th and goal from the 2.
3 down. 3 down.
Back to throw. Elliott being chased. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And they'll get him down up past the 15.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Tight end right.
Gold, gold. Here,
Check.
Going on 1st is Wentz. His throw incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Great.
4 down. Even. Mike,
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
It's our field.
What's your son? What's your son?
To throw, it's Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
82. Here, shit.
54. Mike 54.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Hey, we're good. We're good.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. Drops it off to Ajayi. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
What's that?
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
What's that?
On first down, Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. This one fielded at the 5. And an alley to run. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Busted Scott, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
That's it, huh?
And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run.
Who knows? We'll go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
3 down, 3 down. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
On third down, it's Barber. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
82, 82.
Tight to the right, boy. Tight to the right. Move.
Lion. Liz. On the ball.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Eluding the pressure right. He finds Ajayi. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Porky, 82, Porky.
Rabbit.
Shit.
48's Mike. 48's Mike.
They gonna need some therapy.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Go.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got.
Hey, Stash.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 180!
Stand up in.
This is Ajayi. Skirts by at the 15. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Odd. 5 down. Stand up in.
snap it from the gun. Wentz. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Matthews, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will extend this big lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And welcome back. We are in the city of Brotherly Love.
No gain on the play. Here we go. Go on to 54. Go on to 54. Wide 80.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
3 down.
Here we go. Wide 80. Here we go. 46. 26.
Throwing. Prescott. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Switch is 8.
We got 4.
Here we go. 47.
57's the mic. 57.
Here you go.
Hey, man.
26.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Ah, hear the remotes clicking off right now. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Ajayi. Wiggles free. Room here to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big run there. 29 yards and a 1st.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
You got 3 down. Alert flare.
Right back to him on first down. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Sunday.
Hey, we are.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract for this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Elliott now to kick this one away.
Number 10, waiting to return.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Hey.
Here we go.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go, 47. 26.
2nd down, Prescott. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he finds Julius Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Tight end right.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide 26.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Here we go. Get set. Let's go. Get out. Get out.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over.
Here we go. 46. 46. 26.
Prescott now from the 50. Flush to his right. Oh, Prescott stripped. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I've been here, brother. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came from.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
3 down. Hey!
Switch is hey!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll give to Elliott running left. There he goes inside the 30. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys.
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
82.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know what to play for.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Grade 15.
Mike 48.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Alert!
3 down. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Go! Black. Here, shit. 81. Great.
I'm coming after you.
Black.
Motion.
Hey, stash.
Wentz now to throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything going to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now Austin. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
3 down.
Go. Switch is A.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Let's go.
You got him. You got him.
81. Liz. Black, come on.
Wentz to throw. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Tight left.
Liz.
Hey, guys, check me out.
Gold.
We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over
Black. Hey, stash.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So for the Eagles, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.